That was perfect timing. Hopefully I didn't just show off my Bootius Maximus to the camera on the phone that I'm now going to put on silent because I'm a dingus. There. Bear with me, guys. I'm still getting set up here. Hang out until people show up and chit chat or something. Go to channel. Oh, look. Rick Monjour is live. Apologies to all of our French followers. Live chat. Hello, Manuela. Hey, Dinosaur. Oh, hey, Jody. How are you? Oh. It has been a rough few weeks, guys. Cannot shake this crap. I know it doesn't help that I haven't had my meds for like 2 months now, but now we don't talk politics on this channel. Due to circumstances beyond my control, we lost our insurance coverage that we desperately needed. Without it, my medications are highly unaffordable. The stuff I take for my bipolar mood stabilizer is $2,000 something, like $2,200 a month. I'm not making that kind of money. In fact, I'm not really making any money right now because I need to improve on my marketing or something. I don't know. But I know we haven't done a thing for a minute, so I thought maybe it would help if we... Oh boy, that's interesting. So my fancy jointing plane, oh, never mind. I started to say appears to have rusted, even though I think I've only used it one time. And then I realized it's not rust. It is. Sorry for the light change, but I cannot see without it. It's a mixture of some exotic wood I picked up like last year. Paduke and Purple Heart. They're dirty. These are supposed to be part of another gift. These glue-up panels I made. The camera does not do the Purple Heart justice, so it's like kind of a plum color right now. It looks sort of burgundy-ish. And the Paduke's pretty close, that red. But anyway, I was panicking because I saw what I thought was rust all over my jointing plane that, again, I'd only used once. And then I remembered, oh yeah, the one time I used it was before I glued up those panels. So it's got this red and purple sawdust stuck to it. I need to clean up. But we have someone in mine and AJ's life with a very significant birthday this week. And I had a gift idea, if I can find the time to do it. So before the girls and I crash for the evening, because we have got to try to get out earlier tomorrow if we are going to get anything done at Miss B's and get back on schedule. So I figure before we all crash, I'll work on this a bit. And while I'm doing that, hang out with you guys, I reckon. That looks deep. Maybe not. I'm not a lefty, but my righty is still all jacked up. I don't like the cuts that's taking. I'm going against the grain anyway. I gotta switch it around. Oh wow, there's a bunch of you here. Hi Mary. Hello Manuela. Hi Katrina. It's 8 p.m. here in the Midwest in the US. You guys are so all over the place. You know, with your time zones in your various countries. I try to do a mix of like afternoon and evening live so everybody gets a chance to pop in. That's all right, Katrina. I love how I've like already talked to a bunch of you today in Best Live. Love seeing all y'all hanging out with me too. I don't know. Everything's like super overwhelming right now. Like just everything, breathing is too much right now. Hey, Justin. Speaking of marketing, Iowa. I'll answer that in a second. Debbie, I'm not doing great. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really not, but I'm pushing through. I hope so, Katrina. Murphy Cat, you're not late. I would go remember the East St. Louis story. Thank you. I needed that laugh. Okay, so to answer your question about AJ, she is got a big audit at work this week. They've been preparing for like 3 weeks, and tomorrow is the day. The property site that she manages is like 4 hours north of us. So she had to go up there tonight to make sure everything's in place, and then she'll be staying at a hotel like she usually does for these things. And then the audit inspection thing is tomorrow. So she'll be dealing with that all day and then home late tomorrow night. It does help. It does help to turn on notifications, Justin. Which, if you guys aren't subscribed or whatever, do. And then you'll get all the fun updates. I do have the first Miss B video ready to go. We'll put it up Friday. I think it's done. I'll have to look at it one more time. Members have early access to the pre-edit on that one. It's pretty much the same video, but there's a couple tweaks, and like I forgot to take the hard captions out, so people don't have to look at the words if they don't want to. And then, God willing, I'll finish the outside part in the next couple days and be able to work on that video next week. And then I'm not sure what we're doing after that. I've got that collab with Mac coming up. Those of you guys that enjoy seeing me and Mac from Midwest Magic cleaning together, we've got one we're doing for a friend of mine. Problem is, if you guys have been on any of Mac's lives, you know that we've been fighting a horrible flea infestation left by the previous tenant in the house. I've bombed it. I've been over there twice. I think I've used 12 or 14, something like that, flea bombs so far. And the last time I went, there were still a few stragglers. That was last week, I think. So I'm going to try to get over there. I think we're going to be going through town this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, on our way to the birthday thing I was talking about. So, yeah, I'll check it then. Thank you, Murphy and Lisa. Okay, Kat and Iowa Girl, recall. We were all hanging out in Feral Tradwife's live stream earlier, talking about desperate trad vibes and all sorts of things, and boneless ribs. And some comments came about East St. Louis, and I told everybody that I have a very bizarre East St. Louis story that I will happily share on my next live, and Iowa Girl was kind enough to remember that I said remind me. So, some 20-ish years ago, 19 or 20 years ago, some friends of mine and I, we listen and we don't judge. This is an accepting and loving community that doesn't judge others for their lifestyles or what they choose to do for entertainment. But my girlfriend at the time and I, and a handful of our friends, were into bar hopping drag shows for a time. It's when I was living in the southern part of the state. We'd go over to St. Louis and Indiana and some places here in Illinois and check out drag shows and comedy shows and things like that. We always had a good time, burlesque shows. And if you've never been to one, like, it's a blast. I don't care how you feel about those lifestyle choices or where you stand on the political side of things. Like, if you just open your mind up a little bit and just go having a good time without being judgmental, you will have some of the most fun in your life at one of these things. Didn't hurt that I drank back then too, that sort of thing. Sorry for coughing directly into the mic. So we were over at East St. Louis, and we ended up at the wrong bar first. Then we got to the right one, and it was a weird morning chat, Iowa Girl. See, you guys know what's up. It's a lot of fun. And we get to the one, it's this brick building, We're having a great time. There's the hostess for the evening looked like a mix between Dee Snider from Twisted Sister and uh, Christina Aguilera, and had some amazing body work done. If you don't know, some of the old school performers would I learned this night. The main thing they would do is take old couch cushions and cut them to the shapes they needed, so they'd have bigger hips or other endowments on their body. And I was thoroughly impressed. I thought they were transgender and not just a cross-dressing person, drag queen. Anyway, I digress. So we're having a blast at this drag bar. And it gets like 2-3 hours into the night. And we all go out for a smoky smoke because we all consumed combustible nicotine back then as well. And we're just standing outside the bar commenting about how tame of a night it had been for a visit to East St. Louis, because even back in the early thousands, it was a wild ride over there. We just hear this god-awful, like, I wish I had something I could use to mimic it, but just like grinding metal and nails on a chalkboard and rumbling kind of sound, just getting louder and louder as we were outside. We were outside for probably 10 minutes. And like over the first 5, you could hear it off in the distance, and it just progressively got louder and louder and louder till it was, impossible not to notice. And then it came to the point where it was almost deafening. And as it hit that point, this cream-colored Cadillac comes around the corner, 0 tires or rims, just on the metal wheels on the road, and just sparks and dust coming off of all the tires. It's cruising along at a good 3 mile an hour, and the windows are all tinted, rolled down slightly, as you expect to see in a neighborhood like that. And it just comes creeping slowly by the bar, and we're all just kind of like agape, just staring, holding our nicotine devices, and just like watching it go by at a painfully slow pace. But none of it, we're all speechless because it's just such a bizarre thing. And I can't remember what kind of music was coming from it, but it was not hip hop. It was something else that surprised all of us, like a weird flavor of music, like big band music or something like that. Couldn't really see anybody inside. And as it goes around the corner and starts to pull away, we all kind of give each other we came to in this surreal moment of like, what the hell just happened? There's a guy at the building next to it, leaned up smoking a cigarette. He goes, every freaking time! Throws his cigarette down and walks back in. That was the part that got me. The guy was just so enraged. I had so many questions for that man. Every time what? Like this happens every time? Or like every time you come outside something weird happens? Is this a regular occurrence? Because he's just so upset about it. But that's the bizarre East St. Louis story that was too long to type out in chat. I mean, it kind of is in a way, Lee. Lee. Right, Iowa girl, yes. Yeah, no police chase. As far as I could tell, no criminal activity taking place. Just very bizarre. We felt equal parts entertained and unsafe. Lee, okay, thank you. I'm going to continue to try to get a good joint on these boards. My plane's not having it tonight. I used to keep my mallet right here, and then I relocated it to somewhere. And I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. Hold, please. Oh, crikey, I think that was too much. Oh yeah, way too much. Pull her back there, Captain. I can never tell which way. These things are so confusing sometimes. It's been a while since I did any legitimate woodworking. I'm off my game, out of practice. I got like really into it for a year, and then just like a true neurospicy person, went from it being my biggest focus to the last thing I thought about. My eyes are so wonky, I have a hard time seeing straight lines. I know, I chose a career as pretty much as a carpenter. And I have a hard time seeing straight lines. Hilarious. But it makes setting the depth on these blades and making sure they're straight. Irons, excuse me. It's a planing iron, not a blade. I do want it to be very straight. Yeah, good thing it was early morning, Iowa girl. You might have had a much different experience. There we go. Yeah, Justin, we all needed to know. These are key facts and important moments in history. Justin, his only trip to St. Louis was a high school band trip, not very eventful. Yeah, our big trip was Louisville. It was a big marching band competition in Louisville, Kentucky. That I got to go to my freshman year, sophomore year, I don't remember. Katrina, I had friends in Belleville a couple times. My eldest child's mother lived there for quite a while. Belleville and Fairview Heights and all that. What am I making, Debbie? Well, I shan't say what I'm making, lest the recipient somehow, for some reason, tune into the live. I highly doubt it. I don't think they watch me like that, but you never know. The moment I say who it's for and what I'm doing, I'll look down and that person will be in the chat. That's the way she goes, boys. That is proud of the plane, so it should be shaving. Why is it not shaving? I am not used to this jointer plane. I have several smaller planes that I've used several times. There we go. Now we're getting a bite. All right, I'm getting tear out both ways. So which way is the stinking rain going? The light is so weird down here right now, I can't see. I've usually got all my shop lights on and it's like 10 times brighter than this. But I won't do that to you guys. It seems like it's going this way. Is it just because it's poplar? It wants to be difficult on me? Maybe we should just try a different plane, guys. Let's try a different plane. Get out me jack line. What is this? Hole number 5. Oh, that's dialed in much better. I think this is the one that I sharpened too. Oh yeah, that's butter compared to that joiner. I guess I could tell a little bit. Who was asking? Debbie. I'm going to make a panel, which is, you know, you take, I don't know if that's reading on camera, but this is actually 4 smaller boards. Put a straight edge on all sides so they sit flush with no gaps in between. Glue them up, clamp them. Then you can make one bigger piece of wood. With this one, I'm using 3 panels of poplar that I'm going to book match. So it's like, how well the colors are showing up on camera. But you see with the poplar how it gets these beautiful grayish green tones in it along with the lighter tones. So the board was like these. I'm gonna do a like that, or like that with it. It's actually gonna be 2 white book matches and then the cool gray smear on the outside. But this one, you can't see it because it's clamped up, has this beautiful, like, really dark black kind of thing in it too that I want to highlight. But once I have them all, yeah, it's not showing up well at all in this light. There's some latency in the live. There we go. It looks like if I do it like that, you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. I know I'm rambling. My head's all over the place. But get all edges straight so there's no gaps. Glue them up, squeeze them together. Let it dry, you get a big panel, and then with this one, I'm going to put words and words in it in shapes. Be doing a name with other names and stuff. Anybody hungry? Hey, that wasn't that bad. Pine tastes much worse. That's not fair, Justin. They should have let you pull your wheelie boogie up there. I don't know what my branch of Southern Illinois healthcare is, Iowa Grow. All we have around here is a DHS office, and the government shut down right now. And according to the new guidelines that were put into place months before the shutdown, we somehow make, I think at the time, we were $50, something stupid like that, $50 over the cutoff line to receive benefits, so they took away our medical. Yeah. Katrina had vertigo at the arch. That is an unfortunate combination of circumstances. But of course, being a female, you're already familiar with your share of hardships. So, like, is he being supportive of our gender, or is he roasting us? You'll never know, and I'll never tell. I like to keep people guessing. Is he a chauvinist or a feminist? I'm gonna make sure my stinking ruler is straight before I go using it for reference. I've been fooled before. So the way we know if the board is good is we get preferably a light source behind it, but I don't think I have anything I can use for a light source. Let's take it out of the knife. Place something that you know to be true and straight upon it and see if you can see the light through it. If you can see the light, you're not yet straight or true. And I can see the light. It is very satisfying training, especially once you have your, like, it can be super frustrating learning, but once you get one dialed in with a good sharp iron in it, it is just, it's therapeutic and enjoyable, very satisfying. The sound, the feel, getting those really nice long curls. I got so obsessed with it because, like, I needed to do stuff with these curls. The pack rat, the ADHD, the neurospicy, crafty creative in me was like, these are awesome. What can I do? So I started for a while. I tried. I thought the idea would take off around here, honestly. It did not. I made handcrafted wooden flowers out of them. I set up a dyeing process so I could, change the petals to different colors, made the stems green, carved little thorns into them for roses. And I think I have a short that displays some of my earlier prototypes I was working on. I did have one order from one of our members, actually, Rob, ordered a bouquet of daisies? Pansies. The whitey yellow with the thing in the middle, that flower. I'm good at botany. Ordered a bouquet for his lovely wife for Valentine's Day. I tried the idea again around Mother's Day and I think Memorial Day, and nobody wanted any. What, honey? Probably not a good idea. Well, I guess you're not in pajamas, are you? You can come say hi if you want to. You stay back, Larry. You're in evening wear.
Hi.
Steve says hi. Larry says hi from off camera. You stay back there. You hear me, bro?
Bye.
You're in your pole up. You can't come over here. Inappropriate. Love you, ladies.
Love you.
You need anything? You just come to say hi.
I came down to let the dogs out.
So no, you didn't need anything?
No.
Okay. That's all I was asking. Thank you, ma'am. I'm looking for another straight edge, guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. I have more faith in my giant speed square than I do in that $2 Amazon ruler to be a straight edge. Chinese finger cuff. That was my nickname in high school. Baby Larry was here, Debbie, but she was off camera because she was not dressed for the occasion. I don't know why that's funny, Katrina. It made me chuckle though, so good job. Hey, I think we might add. Oh, no. I still got some light there. But it is like the tiniest bit. I'm afraid if I go trying to take more swipes, I'm gonna not do good, but we'll see. Yeah, see now I'm not getting. Show you something here. You may also say hi, Pedro. Pedro would also like to say hi. Come stand about here.
Okay. Hi.
Good job, sweetie. So earlier when I was explaining about how satisfying it can be, I was getting curls like this and see how it's the same width of the board I'm planing. And if I feel it, it's a tiny bit thicker over here, but for the most part, same thickness, same width, all the way down, one continuous piece, little fine tuning on the end there. And then I said, oh, it's almost there, but could use a little bit more work right here. Well, then look what happens. See, now I'm getting this. So that tells me that it's no longer taking an even cut off, which means it's no longer even. So I got to figure out why. We were, let's see, light on the light side, heavy on the dark side. So I need to tweak my iron to cut a little deeper. I always forget which way it is. Does it go the direction you turn it? Yeah. So if we're deeper on the dark cut, or dark side of the board, I need to tweak that to be deeper on the light side. And it's no longer engaged. Son of a Gunnosaurus. It's okay, because we need to adjust that anyway. Luckily, state-dependent memory. Everything about this machine came back to me. Thank you, Justin. They are pretty cute, I think. That's awesome, Iowa girl. I should like to see these wood curl reeves. Ooh. See, now we're getting back in business. However, these are very meaty cuts. I'm taking quite a bit off. And I overcompensated. Now my light side is way thicker than my dark side. So, loosen her up. Nudge her back over. Wheel her a tiny bit out. Lock her back down. See how she do. Oh, that's even beefier somehow. Did I twist it the wrong way? What are you doing, Ding Dong? Dunno. Riding your tricycle? Oh, baby. Still a little. You gonna race me? I'm not racing. I'm tired.
I'm gonna show you.
Well, show me then. That's pretty good. Kid is a tricycle and scooter aficionado. Wildest stuntman in the Midwest, I promise you. Old Larry McNeil over there. Thank you, Jody. Oh. Hey, now that is what I'm talking about. Boom. Oh my gosh, guys, look. You saw that happen in real time. Look at this one. Perfect. Crispy edges. A little bit of fraying right there on that one, but for the most part, nice uniform all the way across. Same thickness. Let's find out. Hey. A little more love.
Do you need help?
No, I'm good, baby. Thank you, though. Do you need help?
No.
Okay. Thanks for checking in. I've wanted to. Iowa Girl, for those of you in the rewatch and can't see the live, Iowa Girl asked me if I ever Tim Taylor their riding toys. I thought really hard about trying the like souped up Milwaukee battery adapter for their ride-on thing they had out back, but it was beyond repair, I think. Oh, come on. Larry has a little Minnie Mouse bumper car thing that she loves, but it is so slow. I'd really like to find a way to juice it up a little, because as slowly as she grows, as tiny as she is with her various food problems that she has, I don't see her outgrowing it anytime soon. Oh boy, that's got a hell of a bevel on it. What happened there? Well, now I'm displeased again. That is not square at all. I have to run it through the table saw. Ain't gonna be much of this board left when I get done with it. Hey, yo, hey. It's still garbage. I wish I could afford a jointer. Make this process much smoother. I've got an electric hand plane too, but those things are like, it's like they're impossible to dial in accurately. It just kind of takes huge bites out of the wood. It has a mind of its own. And it's loud as F. AJ certainly had thoughts. She doesn't think I need to be modifying the children's toys. There we go. That did it. So we don't forget. Oh wait, I gotta do both sides. Yeah, crap. I was gonna mark that one good, and then I remembered. Well, I guess I don't have to do both sides. If this is gonna be an outside piece, I forget which one was the outside. There's that black spot I was telling you guys about. I think this piece is quite beautiful because you get the gray greens of the poplar there, and the whites, and there's this nice little kind of burn looking mark right there. Much prettier in person than it's reading on camera. I don't see that very much in poplar. It's probably like a fungus. It's diseased wood, and I'm gonna be like, oh, it's so beautiful. Ah, it's a fungus. How's the factory side on this? Maybe I don't even need to plane it. Hardy hard. Actually, that's not bad. We'll give it one swipe. One very carefully Carefully orchestrated swipe. Just clean the burrs and stuff off of it. It would help if I knew which ones were going to be the outside pieces, because those I'll only have to plane one side of. But whichever one ends up being the inside piece, 2 swipes, I lied. We'll need 2 joined faces. Ah, that booger's still in there. Gotta plane out the boogers. See, that's not a good cut. I don't like that one. Yep, bevel. Why is this beveling on me? It's taking an even cut, so it shouldn't be digging into that side. Shit. Oh. See him come at me like that? What the hell is going on? I should make a curled wreath, Debbie. Ooh, I like mushrooms too. I have a girl, good idea. Oh, hell. Oh, I turned the border out on me. I just took that whole thing against the grain and it ripped the hell out of it. No. Here you get another fun mansplanation for you guys. Maybe this will read on camera. You always hear woodworking guys talking about going with the grain. Well, when you're doing stuff like planing or chiseling or sawing even, you want to avoid tear out. And that's what we got going on here. See this? How it's all like nice and smooth over here. I don't know if that's reading or not. But then you get to here, there's all these little boogers and chips and stuff like that. That's why you want to go with the grain, so you don't tear it apart. Ding dong me, spun the board around all fancy like I forgot how it was oriented. Gotta take all that off. Sorry for the bad noises. Yeah, no better, but there's a little double on the end there. Am I doing some kind of weird follow-through thing? That was better. Pass. Check. Next. We like a little character around here, don't we, Katrina? That's an excellent adage, Justin. Finished is much better than perfect. We don't care for perfection around here. We embrace imperfections and oddities. For after all, so are we. In my human form. I'm such a bad creator. I have these amazing mods that I never warn when I'm going live because I always forget to. I don't think of myself as having mods until I'm talking to them because I'm not that big of a deal. I'm just a dude that does stuff. But we have learned that we do need it because there have been, it seems like when we go vertical live, because we never tried it and we did it twice. And that seems to be that orientation, that flavor of content that brings out the D-bags. Because like we've never had, well, hi Felicia, thanks for joining. We greatly appreciate that. But we've never had issues with like moderating the chat before. I think one time I had to ban one user just because they said something rude to somebody else and I hit them from the channel. But then with the verticals, like they were coming in left and right, it seemed like. I think because of the way YouTube suggests those to different audiences. We get more of our regular viewers in the this landscape. There we go. Horizontal orientation. Still with this. My lord. Oh, my laws, yes. M-O-O-N, that spells plane. Who gets that reference? Give you one hint, Stephen King. My laws, yes. M-O-O-N, that spells wood. Anyone? The Stand, you guys. I know it's like 10,000 pages long, but did no one read The Stand? I felt really bad the last time I read it because I picked it up in October of 2019. You know, the Stephen King book about a worldwide pandemic. And as I was reading it, all these news stories started coming in about something called the Rona. I don't know that I welcomed you properly, but thank you, Felicia, so much for your membership and Team Larry, no less. It's very kind of you. Welcome to the Madhouse. You will enjoy all of our member content on the channel, and if you so wish, access to the Discord, which is a rollicking good time, I assure you. We've only got like a handful of people in there. I think we have like 30 or 40 members, mainly. Maybe. I'm good at words, I promise. In the Discord, and everyone's really awesome. We like never have issues in there. Do my girls ever use the wood shavings to make hair and art projects? No, but that's a great idea, Catcher. You know, we've got a whole like 3-bin cubby thing about the size of the milk or soda crates. You know, 3 bins in it. That's it has all the stuff from when I was making the flowers, and they'll craft with it sometimes. We have a lot of crafty supplies. What was that, ma'am? What was that word you said?
What?
Before you said push the button. I think Larry might have been speaking a little French back there. She's the one of the girls that knows all the words. Which I think says more about her lovely mother and I than anything. Hey, you don't read or watch horror stuff, Ivor. I'm sorry. I'm not big on Stephen King, honestly. He's got a couple that I like. I was more of a Dean Koontz guy. I just liked Koontz's writing style and thought his books were very imaginative. And the Odd Thomas books were heart-wrenching. Great mix of horror, fantasy, supernatural, and humanity. They always made me cry. I got so excited when they did a proper film that wasn't that bad, pretty true to the stories. And then the freaking actor that played Odd Thomas tragically had a horrible accident and passed away. Ma'am, you are too heavy. You should do something about it. I'm kidding. You're too heavy on the scooter, huh? This is frustrating. These are not coming out like I want. Should I try my other plane? Maybe the cheap one's the better one in this scenario. I think part of the problem is my homemade Moxon vise here. One of the bolts that's in my workbench that holds it together has come loose and started free spinning, and it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be fixed, so there's more play in my vise that I'm used to. Oh, that dude is not sharp. Yeah, baby. Get back. Excuse me, folks. You need to go back that way, please. What's wrong, buddy? You need help with your scooter? If I move it for you, will you stay over there? It's okay if you want to come talk to me, but you can't be over here on the camera, okay? How's that? What's wrong? Oh, you want the seat up. Okay, calm down. We talked about this. You don't have to freak out. Just ask nicely. Better? Better? Okay, that smile says enough. Can you say thank you, Dad?
Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome, sweetie. Everything's okay now. Just got one of those scooters with the flippy uppy down seats, and it had rendered itself in a downward position. She was displeased greatly. Hey, Fancy Waves. Yeah, Bessie Miss, she's a fluent speaker. Not as much anymore, but there for a minute, she picked her 2 favorite ones and was not afraid to use them. Yes, they started with F and S. What the? And then if she dropped something, she'd go, shit. And then her mother and I had a talk about we needed to watch how we speak around that one. She was in that mimicking stage. I don't know. I've always been of the mind that words are words. They have the power that we give them. They're all useful in some way. And people who get offended by just words. I understand, the context or the intent behind the word. Someone just saying the word. Oh, you can't say that word. It's a word. Of course we can say it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have spelled it. But I digress. I'm not here to get on my soapbox for you people, even though we were already dabbled in politics once tonight. I heard the most heartbreaking song when I was doom scrolling through Facebook trying to clear my head earlier. This guy, I can't remember his name now, but beautiful little folky song about how describing friends and family that, some of them are obviously more liberal people and some are obviously more conservative people, and he cares about all of them and they're all demanding that he pick a side. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I am very against the notion of things being black and white all the time. I think that party politics are just an attempt at the elite to control the masses, as they're wanting to do. Because as long as they keep us bickering amongst ourselves, they can do whatever they want. I don't care for that orientation there. I think that's how I decided I wanted to do them earlier. Yeah, there was such a gap there. I'm going to have to resaw those and try again, because that is just not cool, bro. But that's the panel I'm going for. Or the arrangement, rather. Let you guys take that in. I'll get all this glued up, and then on my scroll saw, there we go, sorry, I'm pausing for the computer to catch up. Go through on my scroll saw and cut out the initial letters. Number these. So I remember that. 1, 2, 3. Once I can get a good edge on them, which apparently I'll be doing tomorrow, I can join them and then make stuff. Older than dirt, welcome back. Ain't seen you for a spell. I'm jealous, Iowa girl, that you read several books a week. I used to read at least 1 book a week, and now I don't hardly read at all. I try to compensate by listening to books on tape sometimes while I'm working, but anymore my brain's so freaking clouded and loud, I can't even do that. I've got to focus. Beautiful suggestions there, Iowa girl. One of our mods, actually, Enola, is a published writer. I can't think of her. Nights. Oh, Duty? No, it's not Duty, because that'd be funny to me. I can't remember that. Oh, I'm horrible. We have a copy. We have a copy upstairs. It's a great book. She has great poetry, too. Merde. On poupou. I have a great French joke in the new video coming out. Well, it's not my joke. I just referenced some social media crap that has been one of my favorite videos for a long time. Teddy Croissant. Gregory Maguire, yes, Katrina. Oh my gosh. Like, screw the movie and the play. I'm a big theater nerd. I do not like the Wicked musical, but the books, especially Lion Among Men, and then was the last one Out of Oz, or was Lion the last book? Whatever the last two were, I'm getting goosebumps right now recalling it. Like, Wicked and Son of the Witch were so good, but then the last two books just rip your heart out. Holy crap. And then his other books too, Ugly Stepsister and what was the other one I really liked? He had some that were kind of, but Gregory Maguire, for those of you that don't know, did a series of a lot of fairy tale based books that humanized the villain and pointed out how there's different sides to every story, you know. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Wicked now, you know, major motion picture with Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, her side of the story. But the books are so good. Oh my God, the books are so good. I read Wicked, I think, 3 times back to back the first time. And then all the books I read at least twice back to back because they were just awesome. While we're throwing books out there, I'm still my all-time favorite book ever is A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole. It's sadly the only book he ever wrote before he took his own life, but it is just, it's my favorite book. I think I've read it at least 20 times. It's about the absurdity of the world, I guess. But a lot of things. A lot of things. Hi, McGranny. Oh. Anyone I haven't said hi. If I missed you coming in and didn't say hello, I'm sorry. That's awesome, Katrina. All right, kiddos. I think I'm all pooped out. I need to get the girls. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Girls need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. We got a big day tomorrow of tearing apart the rest of Miss B's house. I broke gravity today. Did you guys go? If you didn't see the short that I posted earlier, go back and look. Completely baffled me. So to get Miss B's, all the boards were. I'm not going to give you guys a framing lecture right now, but so your walls studs go like this, and you got your sill plate and your oh my gosh, rim joist go around the bottom of your house. So on Miss B's, this room, the joists were all rotten and stuff under there, and it was sinking like that. So I had to concoct this elaborate contraption setup thing with my jack to raise the corner of the room up so I can get everything in where it goes, fix the joists that were rotten, put the new lumber in, and then gently set it back down to put it all together. And when I went to put it back down today, it stayed up. It didn't go down at all. I raised the room like 3/4 of an inch, which is a lot. You can only raise part of a house like 1/4 of an inch at a time safely, and then give it a long time to settle before you raise it again. So almost an inch is a significant change. So I'm hoping that like overnight it just kind of slowly settles back into place or something. If not, I mean, it's fine. We'll just live it. But it blew me away because I had this like super heavy duty jack, like picked up on it like nothing. But then when I went to put it back down today, the room just stayed elevated. Bessie, I know. Maybe the moral of that was I uploaded a short earlier showing what happened. So check that out. It's interesting, I think. I don't know. But no, Bessie, Mac did offer to help me out this week. So I may take him up on that. The problem is I don't know what my schedule is going to be like. Having the girls, it's hard to say when we can all get out the door and be there. And I don't want to tell him that I'll be there and then us not be able to make it. Blah, blah, blah. But I know he needs something to do too. And it would help me tremendously if somebody could be like scooping up all the rotten wood and bagging it while I'm tearing it down. That would eliminate 50% of the work for me. So maybe I should reach out to Mac. I hesitate to set anything in stone right now, as bad as my physical and mental health have been. It's taken me like twice as long to get out of bed in the morning the way everything's been hurting. I have to sit up like on the side of the bed for at least an hour just to kind of slowly stretch and work my back, and then I gotta work my feet, and then I gotta work my arms. before I can even walk. I was defying gravity, Katrina. Yeah, thanks, guys. All right. Love you all to death. No one told you today. You're here. You're awesome. You're doing a good job. Love you. Come here. We're doing a hug tonight. Big hug. Enjoy my pit. Mwah.